Ja'Cory Smith, Keandre Gaddy, Emmanuel Innocente, and Devin Barnes, as the opening tip is controlled by ACU as they are underway here, moving left with the basketball. A little runner off the glass and kissing it home is Kavion McLean.
And we see McLean right off the start attacking the basket, and it's one of the things the Texans have not done well, protecting the paint the last couple of games. Very unusual for a Tarleton team to lose the battle in the paint.
Smith with it on the right baseline. Jumper by Barnes, who's been hot of late, but misses this one. Rebound comes down to Leonardo Beatole. Beatole kicks it out to McLean. And he'll move left again off a screen at the top of the key. With it on the right side, Hunter Jack Madden. Now down on the box, Beatole. Madden with a three-pointer off 1 foot. Looked like there was contact, too. Got it to go down, and the Wildcats with a 5-0 run to start the game.
Yeah, that's what the Wildcats are going to have to do. It's always tougher to shoot the ball on the road, but if Tarleton continues to push Bediul off of his spot on the block, things could get a little shaky for Abilene Christian, who at times has had trouble scoring this year.
Barnes with it on the left wing for the Texans. 10 on the shot clock. Smith with it now. He'll go to work. Step back three-pointer, no good. Rebound to the hands of Deba. Pushing the other way, and that will go through the hands of Simmons and out of bounds on the first. It's taped up.
And one of the things that Joe Jones wants this Tarleton State team to do coming in is to work to get a good look. They've just had too many early shots, early in possessions that have just not been great takes. Not terrible takes, but they want to really work to get good looks, particularly early in games.
Barnes has been their leading scorer, as we mentioned the last couple of games. Looking for more production out of Smith and Keandre Gaddy as well. Off the screen, it's Williams. Good coverage by ACU. Now down to Gaddy, and the Texans get on the board.
Great job getting it down inside. That's what Gaddy is known for. Again, he just had the 5 boards in the last ball game and just 6 points. On the road trip, did not really get it to him inside very much. They want to try to at least get him a touch every second or third time down the floor.
To the basket, and that's rejected by Smith, as it was Deba going to the basket, coming the other way. Williams to the bucket. He'll get the Williams hits 1 of 2 from the line, and 2-point lead for ACU. This rivalry spans 80 games, the 81st game in these two teams meeting. Texans lead that 41-39. A lot of those games came when these two teams were Division II schools in the early 90s, early and late 90s, and the early 2000s.
And a lot of those matchups have come when both of the two teams are very high in the conference that they're in. It just so happens they both lost either 4 of 5 or 4 of 6 coming into this matchup.
Long three-pointer by Hunter Jack Madden. No good. Smith, a no-look pass down low to Innocente. I think he felt like he had a little bit of contact as he goes to the floor. No call. Quick shot by the Texans. Coming back the other way, ACU underneath. Good pass, but Beatole couldn't keep his hands on it. Williams the other way, hesitates. Nice little scoop on the baseline and gets it to fall through.
Well, the Texans, they are just determined to play offense while ACU is scrambling, putting pressure on the Wildcat defense early in possessions tonight.
Contest about 3.5 minutes into this one. Tie game 5-5.
One thing the Texans have done well as of late, in 4 of the last 6, they have turned it over fewer than 10 times in a game. So you like those numbers, but you really have to work to get good looks.
Williams down low, scores. He's done that a number of times. When that double came, like you pointed out, he didn't, freak out.
No.
He just made the bucket. And the Texans now on an 8-0 run after the Wildcats scored the first 5 points of the game.
And you can tell players that have been in the gym and worked on their moves. Doesn't matter if they're doubled, if they're single covered, they stay in rhythm, they get to their spot.
From behind, Barnes steals it. 2-on-1 coming the other way. Barnes to the basket, scores it home. Fast break points for the Texans as Barnes picks the pocket of McLean.
Well, you mentioned it. Points in transition. 5th fast break point of the game. Half of their points have come in transition the first 4 minutes of this ball game. You got to like that if you're Joe Jones.
Barnes going for another steal. Can't get it this time. On the right side into the game. He got him. 5 on the shot clock. Right side, McClain. Up top, Ali Deba scores at home. He's the leading scorer on this team, just over 15 points per game, and he found the sweet spot there, knocked down the three, and make this a one-possession contest.
Yeah, that 6'4" guard, the Chicago State transfer, not a bad three-point shooter. That's just his 9th make from beyond the arc, but nice job.
Gaddy strong to the basket. Good challenge from ACU, and he can't get it to go. Nearly 5 minutes into this one. Deba to the middle.
Surprised Deba attacked middle. He had the baseline, but the Texans did a good job of getting back in transition that time.
Tarleton gets the hand on the ball. Innocenti knocks it out of bounds. 11 on the shot clock, and that'll take us to already to take off.
Well, he knows they played a tough schedule. He wants them to start believing in themselves a little bit more. You know, they've already beaten Oklahoma State. They beat San Jose State. But this Wildcat team trying to find some consistency in it.
Texans commit the foul. That is their first of the first half. Lewis into the game for Tarleton State, Miles Lewis. Debo with it on the right side, looking for Simmons, who's been the leading scorer for ACU. So far shut out in this one. Hunter Jack Madden, another three-pointer, his second of the game, gives the Wildcats back the lead.
And this is an ACU team that is not a great three-point shooting team. They come in 33% from deep. That's just middle of the road here in the WAC, and that's a nice three ball. They've hit a couple of them so far.
Lewis, a straightaway three to answer, rattles out. Rebound taken down by ACU into the hands of Deba. Madden with it. Now to Simmons. Simmons to the basket. Up, no good. Smith right there with him. Texans pushing the other way. 3-on-2. Innocente dumps it off to Lewis, and Lewis loses it out of bounds, but it'll be off the hands of Hunter Jack Madden. And it'll stay here with the Texans. They'll throw it in underneath their own back.
Couple of days on pushing the ball in transition. This Wildcat team at times has struggled to get back on defense, and Tarleton has really taken advantage of it.
Miles with the mid-range jumper, no good. And Gaddy with the follow, can't get it to go. That was halfway down. Now Williams with the runner, and he gets it home. Williams now with 8 points, really setting the tone for the Texans.
Lou Williams and Keandre Gaddy, they should have the advantage inside tonight. Even though this ACU team does have a really good post, and Simmons, Tarleton State not deterred. They make their living from 12 feet and in.
Smith knocks it out of bounds off the hands of DeGrew. Nasir DeGrew, 6'4" sophomore guard out of Louisiana. You'll see the put back there by Williams. Gaddy couldn't get it to go. Williams gets it and knocks it down.
And the points in the paint, such a huge stat. This Tarleton State team has lost points in the paint in each of the last 3 games. They wanted to get back to what they do.
What a great move down low as Leonardo Beato gets it to go. Little deke to the right and then goes back to the left. Nice move. Outside, Innocente. Oh, the jump stop, no good. There's Gaddy again. A rebound and a putback. And Gaddy with his second bucket of the game. 2 rebounds to go with 4 points.
But it was the willingness of Emmanuel Innocenti, the young freshman out of Italy, to put the ball on the deck, get the split. And sometimes a team's best attribute or their best motive is to get the putback, the offensive rebounding, and Tarleton has been a lot more physical, and they've had a lot more touch team games a year ago. So they're trying to get back to winning consistently as they had been for so long.
After the foul by Smith, he exits the game. Coming in for the first time, Travar Jackson, as the three-pointer missed by Hunter Jack Madden. Texans moving off the rebound by Innocenti. About 12 minutes left here in the first half. Tarleton up by 1. We've had a good one, back and forth, a couple of lead changes already. Williams leads all scorers with 8 points. Can't get that one to go. And the rebound will be taken down by Seat.
Boy, with each and every touch for Williams, he's getting to the basket on the bounce. He's been able to wiggle his way in there. Abilene Christian, they've got to start walling up.
Another shot. Bettiol can't get it to go. The Texans get the rebound. Going to be a good battle down low between Gaddy and Bettiol. They're getting really physical down low.
Yeah, these two teams both have forwards, and they have 4s and 5s that can earn their living down inside. I'm just a little bit surprised that Tarleton State, their ability to get to the rim off the bounce so far.
Keandre Gaddy off the dribble just from the top of the key, a 2-pointer. Part of his game that we haven't seen a lot of, a mid-range jumper that falls down as Bettiol kind of sagged back.
They wanted to get it to him a little bit more coming into this game because he just didn't do a whole lot inside on the last couple of games on the road trip, but he's done really well both in the mid-range and down low so far.
Simmons with the three-pointer, and he gets it to go. Simmons with 17 points, 11 rebounds in the loss to California Baptist, but he gets that bucket to go down.
And it's interesting, you know, he had only had 11 threes coming in and 44 tries. He was only a 25% three-point shooter, but remember, he canned 39 threes last year.
He has had good games against the Texans the last couple of years. Gaddy again, another long-range mid-range shot as Gaddy knocks it down. Inside, we'll get an offensive foul down low. And ACU doing it from long range.
And Tarleton State, in terms of the paint, they have not won the paint the last 3 games. But again, against Grand Canyon in the last game and Cal Baptist the game before that, Joe Jones really felt like those two teams put pressure on the Tarleton defense and kind of caused Tarleton to get into rotation. Head coach Brett Tanner wanted to do with his club was to challenge them coming into this game, and in practice this week, they really practiced with more of a competitive spirit, and it's helped them out.
There's a press that pays off. That was a jump ball a minute ago, and then the Texans get it back in, and Lewis loses it to Simmons, who flushes it home. A big jam by the big man for ACU.
Really like the adjustment here by Brett Tanner. He's gone with some full court pressing out of the timeout. Great coaches have a tendency to change defenses directly out of a timeout. They might go back into their base, but they will at least change it up to kind of confuse the other team.
Lewis to Barnes in the corner. Texans get their first three-pointer of the game to retake the lead, 21-18.
And what a difference a couple of games makes. Barnes, a player that was not shooting well, even though he's really done a great job offensively of scoring at least double figures in 6 straight. He was just 9 of 25 coming in, but he's hitting some early shots.
Why he's been leading this team in scoring the last couple of games. 17 last game, got off to a slow start, but Simmons with 7 here just in the last 3 minutes of the game.
And Simmons is a guy that's really learned how to be a leader. Before you can do anything else, you've got to become proficient, gain confidence, then you can turn yourself into a leader. But it's something that's not innate. It's got to be developed.
Miles Lewis knocks down the jumper from the left side. 6-foot guard out of Sacramento, California. After the turnovers, made a couple of good plays for the Texans. Barnes steals that one away, and a foul's going to be called on Bettiol. That's his second.
Bettiol, a guy that's been scoring a lot more on the block. He's got some great ability inside. He's shown it, a sophomore from Italy. They have it on defense. It's kind of affected the rebounding. Teams getting Tarleton in rotation, but they're doing a much better job tonight.
And one missed by Smith, who's normally a pretty good free throw shooter at 84%. 5-point lead for Tarleton State, 15 on the shot clock. Leading scorer on the season for ACU, Debo with the basketball, and that time it looked like Jackson got a piece of it as he went to the basket. Texans moving the other way, Lewis with it.
Really like the pace the Texans are playing here, really forcing Abilene Christian to get back on defense. They were not doing a good job of that the first 4 minutes.
It's been a clean game, too. Only 8 penalties overall in this contest. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Barnes, nice step through. Can't finish with a left hand, long rebound back out to the Texans. That'll set the shot clock back to 20.
More paint touches for Tarleton State. They get the offensive rebound and showing some leadership, getting organized in the half court, something that they've struggled with the last couple of games.
High screen, Lewis working off that. No good, and the follow. 5-point lead, 25-20. ACU's basketball, McLean to bring it up.
This Tarleton team lost a couple of games on that road trip, and in both situations, Joe Jones was really hoping that the team would play a full 40 minutes. They came out hard, but then in the second half, it just wasn't the same. Tarleton State has come out and really fought to start this ball game. They've got a 5-point lead as a result, but the Wildcats been hanging in there.
Hunter Jack Madden can't get it to go down. Looking for his 3rd 3 of the game.
And you could argue Tarleton may be the most overachieving team in the league. They come in right now, tied for 3rd in the standings, ranked 186 in the net.
7 on the shot clock. Smith lost it momentarily. Now he'll go to the basket. kisses it off the glass. Nice hesitation, and then this jump stop to get the defender to run by him. That's where he got the bucket.
And not just the jump spot, but the jump spot in the right place, getting to a spot. You could tell that's been done over and over and over in the gym. That doesn't happen by accident.
Oh, nice crossover and a finish by Kavion McLean. Boy, he dive cut with the basketball, dribble drive to the basket, and got through the sticks to get it to finish home.
And both offenses really doing a good job. If they miss a shot, they're able to get to the rim. That time, though, they miss it on the back cut.
Back cut stolen away by McLean as they're trying to go to Williams. Jackson down low. Bucket no good. Jackson gets the rebound, and good defense there by Trayvon Jackson.
And great coaching by Joe Jones. They don't double down on Thomas. And I was worried about that. I thought, are they going to be able to defend one-on-one? Thomas showing almost zero touch around the basket. That comes from scouting. A really good decision by Tarleton State.
Lewis with it on the outside. Back to under 10 on the shot clock. Williams posting up. Now fadeaway jumper, no good. There's Jackson again. Follows it home. The 6'6 junior forward from Arkansas puts it in, and the Texans retake biggest lead of the game, 7 points.
If Williams isn't knocking down a tough shot, it's Jackson or Gaddy there to clean it up. What a combination.
Well, that's something we've noticed about Jackson. He has a feeling for where to go get the ball and rebound, and he's just had some problems at times finishing it back after getting that rebound.
He may have the highest ceiling of any player out there.
Rebound taken down this time by Lewis. Missed by Simmons, who got off to a slow start. Now 3 of 5 from the field. Missed his first one, made his next 3, then missed that one.
How about the Texans going 5 out here, and the Wildcats kind of over-helping, almost a zone concept on the backside to sort of put a banana in the Texans' tailpipe.
Jackson, Smith with 3 on the shot clock. In and out and back in again. Tarleton State with a 10-point lead.
Abilene Christian's head coach, Brett Tanner, mentioned this is probably the most adept Tarleton team offensively that he has seen, particularly in the Division I era. But they're shooting so loose, I can't believe this.
Smith had the steal and then kicked it out of bounds. Either off the foot and then fading away with a hand in your face. Inbounds for ACU, trying to stop a 2-minute-plus scoring drought here.
Sometimes when you're feeling it, close out or not, hand in your face or not, it's going to go down.
Outside, 3 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, swishes it home. Boy, that's the first three-pointer of the season. He was 0 for 4 for Aidan Igiehon in this season. He was 0 for 4. His first one, I don't think he wanted to take it, but knocked it down.
Igiehon and Simmons are 2 bigs that really shoot well from the outside, a lot better than you would expect coming in.
Williams gets it to go. The nice finish. Don't know how he got it to go. And he now is the first player into double digits in this game. So he's got 10.
Lou Williams having one of the best starts he's had all year.
4 of 6 from the field.
And remember, he was without 10 points the last 2 after a flurry of 10-plus point games, 4, in fact.
Foul is called, and that will stop play with 3 minutes and 45 seconds. By scheduling such a hard non-conference season, you know, they beat Oklahoma State. That's the only Power 5 win of the season for any team in the WAC. But he really didn't know if he thought it might pay off later. Foul called as the Texans looking for another run out. Tarleton State.
He affected him, and to the point where it sort of shackled him from being able to coach his team well, because he was always worried about every loss. How would it affect the rankings? And we'll talk about that as halftime gets here. But he just wanted to be more consistent and forget about the losses, just play to a standard.
Some tip basketball. Coming down with it finally is Gaddy, as that got wild there for a second. Left side, Gaddy with it, working around, and we'll get a foul. It'll be on the floor. That'll be the 6th.
We just saw you're able to draw the foul. So many great things happen because of paint touches, and really the game always comes down to that.
Innocente, runner, couldn't get it to go, and the rebound will be taken down by JVC and ACU.
And even though you don't get it to go, you had a great look, and you're right on the cusp of getting a paint touch right there. The paint touch in basketball is almost like the run game in football.
Quick shot by Simmons, can't get it to go. Smith coming the other way for the Texans. Under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Innocente steps through. Thought that might be called a travel. There was contact there as well. Innocente couldn't finish, and ACU gets the rebound.
And Deba gave up the split, and I didn't think Innocente had the pedal all the way down. He was sort of pro-dribbling as he was curling in, but he says, well, if you're not going to stop me, I'll just go ahead and drive all the way.
Smith, it'll be called for the foul. I thought they were going to say that he pulled the chair out from under him.
I'm not sure a travel wasn't called.
Travel called, and that's good on Smith, as they call it, pulling out the chair from the offensive player, and that sent him to the ground.
And the one thing that you're seeing consistently from officiating crews across college basketball is a whistle, but not an immediate signal. So they're kind of following the lead set by NFL officials, I think.
Letting it play out a little bit.
Yeah.
Approaching 2 minutes left here in the first half. 10 now on the shot clock for the Texans. Barnes led them the last 2 games scoring.
Oh, and I love how he leads off the ball screen, really pro-dribbling.
How about that? It's the 25, chance to be 12 here. And it will be, as that one falls through.
But it's so striking to watch this Tarleton State team play this year compared to previous seasons and how loose they're playing offensively. And you say, well, loose, is that a good thing? Well, from a shooting standpoint, it certainly can be. And in so many games, it seemed to help them out.
And we will have a foul on the floor.
Done a good job of just sort of putting the hammer down, and they're playing at their pace.
JVC hits both free throws and then will take a seat. Aidan Igiehon will come back into the game. Down low. Williams gets it blocked. Lou Williams, as Igiehon comes into the game and immediately pays dividends for ACU.
And Igiehon, to get that block, left his feet early. I would not be shocked to see Williams make the adjustment and shot fake next time.
Simmons head fake. Now he'll finally take the three-pointer and knocks it down. He didn't want to take it and finally decided to let it fly, and it came down wet.
He can shoot, and I wouldn't be surprised if he couldn't play offensive tackle. This is a guy that can step out and make his own shot, create, and hit it.
I don't know if offensive tackles can dunk like we saw him do earlier in the game. He's an impressive athlete for sure.
Not many.
ACU 6 of 10. Three-pointer answered by Smith. He's getting it going now as Smith, with 13 points, he takes over the lead for all scores.
These two teams have combined to make 9 threes beyond the arc, but this Abilene Christian team shooting 60% from deep. That is almost double their average.
30 seconds left in the first half. 10 on the shot clock for ACU. Simmons will take a timeout. Smart one there, too, as Huff knows, hustle plays in Tarleton as well. Said a lot of like about these two teams. Oh, nice inbound play, and the bunny is absolutely blown by Hunter Jack Madden. Great play out of the timeout set up by Coach Tanner, and Madden just can't convert.
You'd rather do that at home than on the road, I can tell you that, because this crowd's giving him some grief.
Jackson to the basket, no good. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Simmons with the rebound, pushing the other way. Deba to the basket, can't get it to go, and that'll do it for the first half, as kind of an odd ending there. I think either team wanted to fight the manly man, but they have popcorn and they share it. And they only believe in getting one bag of popcorn.
Just one bag a game?
Yeah, but they eat as much as they can, and they're always behind us eating food. As a nice pass inside, this time Hunter Jack Madden makes no mistake, and a good start for the Wildcats off a play to start the game. Looked like pretty much the same one they set up just before half, as Williams is going to get fouled on the other end by Jack Madden.
Williams a little bit out of control right there, but
in the first half, shooting 50%. Abilene Christian shooting 44%. They've hit their first shot here in the second half. Fresh 20 on the shot clock off the foul. Texans up by 8. Looking for a high screen. Barnes lost the ball. Williams got it back. I don't know what he'd give it up there so deep for. And this will be Texans basketball. And they'll get a new shot clock here, as it was ACU with the ball, and then stepping out of bounds is McLean.
Now Brett Tanner doing a good job. They make an adjustment at a halftime. They trap the ball screen right there. one of really 4 different ways you can attack the ball screen. They decide to trap it. Did not see that a lot in the first half, and it caused some havoc with timing for Tarleton.
Innocente to the basket. A lot of contact, no foul. Coming the other way, Hunter Jack Madden, and he will get fouled by free throw shooter as he is, just a little over 80% on the season. Just make them both, and it's same, right?
Absolutely. Madden, a really good shooter, though. He's been good. 43% beyond the arc, 40% from the field. But, again, he blew a layup early, and he's kind of struggled a little bit around the basket.
He now has 10 points on.
And you want to play good team defense, and you don't want to swat. You don't want to, reach, things like that. But occasionally they've gotten into foul problems.
Yeah, and it might be a little bit of surprise here. Only 5 free throw attempts, as both are good by Smith. Only 5 free throw attempts by ACU to this point in the game. They're one of the top teams in the nation, number 15 in the nation when it comes to free throws attempted at almost 25 per game.
And what's interesting is that the last 6 opponents for Tarleton, they've averaged 5 more makes at the line than Tarleton and 7 more takes. And, again, when you get into foul problems, things like that happen.
Long rebound back to ACU, and Gaddy knocked it out of bounds. It'll see a rebounding edge as the Purple Poo, the oldest Spirit organization in all of Texas here at Tarleton State University.
And they bring the spirit. And that was one of the things that Joe Jones wanted to play with tonight, was a lot of team spirit.
They seniors are named Pooh at the start of the year. Then towards the end of the year, in about 2 months, they will reveal who those people are. And it's a nice tradition here at Tarleton State University, the Purple Poo.
Well, that time, Abilene Christian does a great job of getting back. Miles Lewis pushed it as hard as he could, trying to get some leverage and to get to the rim in transition, but couldn't.
Lewis out to Smith, a three-pointer from the left corner. Knocked it down. Smith now has 3 threes on the night, as he is 3 of 4 from long range.
Boy, Tarleton State continues to put the ball in the hole here. They outscored them by 10 in that first half, and again, they were on pace to get 80 points in this ball game.
It's been as big as 12 for Tarleton State.
But again, the adjustment that Abilene Christian has made, they're starting to trap more ball screens, trying to change it up defensively, and even in the half court, they're trying to get to the rim a little bit more often, not settle for the jumper quite as much.
Simmons outside, gets it around to Igiehon. Three-pointer from the right side. McClain knocks it down, as Kavion McClain now with 7 points on the evening.
Boy, and not a great look right there. He's getting better offensively as a small point guard. And Blaine Tanner said, hey, I said, I'm done recruiting small point guards except for this guy. He said, I'll take this guy. He's a pretty good player.
To the basket, bucket, and the
front. They've not had a great willingness to do that. The team concept just has not been as tight as it probably needs to be for Abilene Christian. One of the reasons why the Texans almost at 50 points already.
Gaddy misses the free throw, a 60% free throw shooter on the season.
Boy, pick and pop right here, and they get out on Simmons this time.
Simmons, the hook shot, hangs on the rim, but won't go down. Innocente with the rebound.
That goes down about an hour or so down the road. It won't go down here.
Won't go down in Wisdom, and a foul's going to be called on Simmons on the trap on. Texans will inbound it. It'll be Lewis. Lewis averaging just 2 points and 1 rebound per game, and Williams off the left elbow.
And off the curl screen right there. Really nice job by Williams. Great play drawn up. You can tell they've done that a time or two in practice. He got to his spot, knocked it down.
Nice pivot there. The follow no good, and the Texans will get the rebound. It's a nice move by McClain, his first miss of the game. Before that, he was 3 for 3 from the floor.
Yeah, McClain, again, we mentioned he's a really good shooter, junior, out of Howard College.
Cross-court pass. Williams open in the corner. Back rim, no good. Smith with the rebound to reset the shot clock.
It's such smart positioning by your senior.
Smart shot. 4 3-pointers now for Smith. He's into the 20s. 21 points on the night, and he's done it with the 3-pointers. He's now 4 of 6 as he...
Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
First of 2 matchups between these two teams in a 2-week span. They'll do it again in Abilene at Moody Coliseum in 2 weeks, and a nice, again, Brett Tanner with a great call off the timeout to get his team an open look.
You can always tell when a team is well coached, and you can always tell when a coach coaches offense really well, when they can score and run offense, execute out of timeouts.
Gaddy couldn't get it to go this time. That bucket on the last side by ACU ended a 7-0 run for the Texans. Coming up the other way, nice backdoor cut up and under. Ali Deba with the finish and a nice feed from McClain.
And now all of a sudden the media timeout can't come fast enough for Joe Jones, whose team has given up 2 straight baskets out of the timeout.
Lewis, right side. Smith, who's 2 for 2 with 7 points in this second half. Tarleton pulling it back the other way.
Boy, how about the energy the Wildcats have come out here with?
They really have. And, Hunter Jack Madden couldn't get that one to go. That was really good team hustle by ACU.
That's the second blown layup for Madden tonight.
That one a little bit tougher than the first one.
Yes.
As he was going down to the ground. I think Coach Tanner wanted a foul there. He won't get it. Lewis with it, 10 on the shot clock.
Tarleton State in really danger of giving up a lot of momentum here. They desperately need a good offensive possession.
Step back, three-pointer. This time he can't get the bank, and Gaddy gets the rebound. Boy, you can really see in that last timeout, Coach Tanner must have really got onto his team. They've jacked up the intensity on defense.
And it's all about playing hard. It's hard to play to your potential if you're not going hard all the time. It's been an issue for Abilene Christian in terms of the consistency, but you can tell when they turn it up, they're a really tough opponent.
Smith, another three-pointer falling away. Can't get it to go. And as Tarleton State on top at ACU making a run here. Tarleton with no points over the last 2 minutes and 7 seconds as we resume play. Byron Anderson, Scott Garner here from Stephenville, Texas. WAC matchup between an I-20 rivalry of teams that have played 80 times over the year. This game number 81, and what a nice shot by Kavion McClain. He's only missed 1 bucket tonight.
And how about Abilene Christian responding to Tarleton's 7-0 run with 6 straight points of their own?
Adam Musa with the basketball in for the first time. Nice pass out to Lewis. He can't get it to go. And ACU with the rebound on the move again.
I don't know what team this is we're watching, but this is not the same ACU team that played the first, 26 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and you can go back to Coach Brett Tanner and our talk with him. He felt like a lot of times it's been 2 different teams, maybe not in games at half like it has been here, but overall on the season, one game he sees one team, another game he sees another team.
So many times effort on defense will propel your offense. We're seeing it here, and it will cover up a lot of mistakes.
What a pass. Musa comes in, dumps it off to Travar Jackson, and he gets the two-handed flush.
Jackson's so athletic, but a great drive and dump down inside, and Jackson square to the basket. The junior from Pima Community College hammers it home with a two-hand flush. Nice to see.
Outside, Simmons. Straightaway 3. He had a couple go early in the game. Dry spell here as of late. Simmons and Madden, the 2 leading scorers for Abilene Christian. For the Texans, it's Ja'Cory Smith getting a break right now with 21. Innocenti with it. 10 on the shot clock. Moving down low. Lewis, three-pointer, left wing, rattles it home. Tarleton State getting back on a roll.
Great read by Innocenti. He looked down inside and said, no, I think I'll go to Lewis on the wing, and he knocks it down.
Air ball on the turnaround hook shot.
The big man getting to his spot, but he fades away instead of leaning into the shot. You know, good free throw shooters will lean into their free throw just a little bit, but so will great post on hook shots in the mid-range. That time we saw a fadeaway, and it wasn't even close.
Full court pressure from ACU that time, and the Texans handle it better than they did early in the contest.
No doubt, and it's all about poise. It's all about controlling tempo at this point with a 12-point lead.
Jackson hands off to Lewis, working against McClain. Gaddy underneath, goes to the basket. He'll get fouled as Coach Jones, who is smiling there, and worked their way back to a 13-point lead.
That smile kind of emblematic for how Joseph Jones tries to keep things. They stayed disciplined, yet also playing loose and free offensively, and it's really helped them out. They've had a high percentage of games where three-point makes have really affected outcomes this year.
With the ball, Hunter Madden inside. Nice turnaround. Good finish there by Aidan Igiehon. the Wildcats make it an 11-point game.
And Igiehon's a guy that was a soccer player growing up, and when he got to the 8th grade, said, you know what, I may give this basketball thing a try. My size may help me a little bit.
Yes, soccer's hard at 6'8".
Yeah.
You can tell he's got good feet. Ho, ho, ho! Bring down the house. Keandre Gaddy throwing it down as a two-handed, 2-foot jump off right there. Gaddy, the big daddy.
Gaddy
in Wisdom.
Gaddy, Smith, Jackson, they have owned the inside tonight.
Boy, that was a man jam.
Man. Hey, nobody was getting in front of him.
He was on the run right way and ready to go as that one's blocked out of bounds by.
You better not get in my way. You're going to get an elbow right in the chops. And he tomahawked that thing home.
Drop step and a jam on their head.
Yes.
As Madden with it inside. Nice move around, and Jackson got him on the arm on the spin. Good movement from Madden inside.
Hey,
he hasn't been able to convert on. And here we'll see the press again from the Wildcats. Looking at that trap, 1-2-2, and this time Lewis gets it back. It was a lazy pass by Lewis. Lucky to get away with that one there.
Tarleton does a good job of breaking that press, and that's one of the things Billy Gillespie had mentioned earlier this year is that not too many teams will press us particularly, but every time we face it, we grow a little bit more, and they've gotten better at that as the year's gone along.
Musaw with the basketball, 5 on the shot clock. Lewis in the corner. Pull up, jumper in the lane, and he got it to go. Thought it was going to be a jumper, ended up being more of a runner. Either way, it goes down wet.
How about Miles Lewis, who only gets about 8 minutes a game, looking like a starting point guard right there. Great attack, a little hesitation dribble, and found his way to the rim.
Nice baseline jumper. Igiehon gets it to go. Down low. Gaddy can't find it. Guess who's there with the left hand? Jackson. Second chance points for the Texans. They have now 13, and the Wildcats with none.
Every time I see Jackson play, he's always making a winning play. I don't know how in the world he comes in averaging 2 points a game. He's really good.
Another nice move into the game the first time. Mo Muoneke makes the bucket as he comes off the bench. 6'5" sophomore guard out of Cypress, Texas. Pays immediate dividends for Coach Tanner. 12-point lead for Tarleton State under the 9-minute mark. Down low, Gaddy again. Dunk again! This time right in.
Keep running it until they stop it, and until they stop Gaddy, they're going to keep feeding him, and that big power forward is going to take it to the rim.
Stays a 14-point lead for Tarleton State.
Really like Gaddy setting that ball screen and roll right there. Boy, what a dangerous weapon that is for Tarleton State.
Outside, Deba. And rejected. Gaddy on the other end sends it.
Well, that's Emmanuel Innocenti staying in front on a driver, going as hard to the rim as any Wildcat driver has gone tonight, and Innocenti would not budge.
Hunter Jack Madden can't get it to go. Simmons on the rebound. Puts it up, gets it over Jackson, and the Wildcats won't go away.
You didn't get this kind of basketball when the Lone Star Conference was here. With all due respect, these are two very good Division I teams. Man, this is great basketball, Byron.
It really has been fun. Innocenti with the basketball. Tarleton trying to hang on here. Adam Musaw, I've been impressed with him off the bench. Finds another open Texan. 7 on the shot clock. Cross-court pass off the hands of Deba into the hands of DeGrew.
But the thing is, the bench has been such an integral part of what Tarleton State has done in so many games this year. There have been a lot of games where the Texans have scored 25, 30, 35 points off the bench.
On the other side, a number of times with big dunks as Ja'Cory Smith back into the game, leading scorer in this one with 21. But now a 10-point lead for the Texans, and Gaddy's kind of provided the offense in the second half.
And he's been a cop inside. He's been a patrol cop, telling guys where to go on defense and then really making a statement offensively with those slip screens and dunks.
Adam Musaw will pick up the offensive foul as he goes baseline and extends that arm. So 7 how to hang on without one of their best players.
I'm not sure anything could have turned the tide potentially more than what we just saw with that foul on Gaddy on the technical.
Coming left, runner no good, and the ball will be taken away, and we've got a lot of contact again. Deba comes down. ACU not very far behind. Tarleton shooting 74% on the season. ACU shooting 72%. Two pretty good free throw shooting teams. Saw early pressure. Wildcats will back off as we're down to single digits. 8 points, the lead for the Texans here for the first time in quite some time.
That 12-point lead down to 8 in the matter of 2 possessions.
Williams passes up the 3. He'll go to the basket, tries to drop it off to Domingos, and he loses the handle out of bounds. And, boy, I don't think that's a ball that Gaddy drops.
Well, that time for the first time, maybe in the whole game, there's actually a help side defender there after the ball side defenders give up a split, and they force the Tarleton turnover.
Deba up, under, can't get it to go. Again, the ball loose underneath the basket. Williams gets the rebound. He'll be
from Smith.
Boy, Texans missed all 3 of those. Oh. And again, that is huge. Chance to put 4 points up. They don't get any. Big break for ACU. Hunter Jack Madden with the shot. Air ball. Rebound by Smith.
Boy,
smart play.
This crowd has given him grief ever since he missed that layup early in the game.
Gets a little bit more grief there. Good defense by the Texans. Musa had a hand right in his face defensively. Musa with the ball, cross court, finds the open Williams. 3-pointer from the corner, that hit the backboard, no good. And it'll be Domingos with the foul again that you led by 15 in the game. Missed them both.
Tarleton,
5 in a row.
Tarleton's been good shooting foul shots. This is the worst that they have shot since they were 11 of 19 at the line against the aforementioned Sterling team.
Make it now 6 of 15. McLean with it on the right side. 10 on the shot clock. Deba going to the basket, and it'll be a defensive foul on the Tech. Got it to go. So a 7-0 run over the last 3 minutes for ACU. That's made it a 7-point game. Innocente back in the game, so is Jackson for Tarleton State.
Got to be careful. Tarleton hasn't scored in over 3 minutes.
About 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Oh, a nice pass. Backdoor cut. Smith found by Musa, and again, I've been really impressed with him off the bench. He doesn't have any points, but now he's got 3 assists.
It averages just 13 minutes a game, but that was a great find on a long pass. He had to really thread the needle on that.
Great backdoor cut and finish. Breaks that 7-0 run by ACU.
Great toughness shown by Smith right there fronting the post.
Jumper off the backboard, no good, as Igiehon can't get it to go.
Smith fronted the post and caused Igiehon to launch that short corner jumper way far away from the basket from where he usually shoots that thing. That's called great defense, and you got to do the early work to benefit from that.
4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. 10 on the shot clock for the Texans. Musa working here. 5 on the shot clock. Step back. 3-pointer, front rim, no good. And rebound, good job by Hunter Jack Madden to fight for it. Coming the other way. Deba to the basket. Kind of tried to go to the rim and jump. And ball off the Texans. Williams got the rebound up, kept them in this one. McLean to the middle. Hunter Jack Madden, back rim, no good. Williams with the rebound. Smith down on the other end. It's a 4-on-5. Smith trying to get up and make his way the other way.
Boy, what a great decision by Williams to tap the brakes, set it up, and shoot clock.
Tarleton looks to be running some clock here too.
They are, and really good discipline. They're going to go with a high 1-4 set right here, and we'll initiate with 10 seconds.
Good pass. Faked it to the outside. Gave it to Jackson, who flushes it home.
What a combination. What a pass right there for Tarleton's Adam Musa inside the Jackson.
Boy, the little fake to the outside in the air, then the throw down low is what really set it up.
Tarleton scores here, and Abilene Christian needs a timeout.
Back to an 11-point lead for Tarleton as we approach the 3-minute mark.
Musa directing this thing here from his point guard spot.
Well, he has really taken over this game offensively for the Texans. Cross court, gives it to Smith. Smith looking for room, working against Deba. Throws it up, no good. Rebound, take it down by ACU, and a good defensive stand there for the Wildcats.
Smith turned that into a tough play. He should have attacked baseline early, decided to attack baseline late. It was too late, and Tarleton did not get a look.
Deba, cross court. Igiehon up and under, a nice finish, and a timeout is going to be taken by Brett Tanner. And we will take one as well. It's a plus. A little over 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. Both teams in the double bonus, and both teams playing without two of their better players because of technical fouls. Musa doubled. Cross court, and Barnes lost it off the hands of Jackson. Deba the other way, can't get it to go, and ACU with the rebound, trailing by 9. Deba rejected by Jackson, who's had a great night. Back outside, a three-pointer, wets it from the right wing. Kavion McLean, and second chance points. Early, at one time, it was 11-0 in the favor of the Texans, and now second chance points 13-8. Again, McLean coming the other way off the steal. Corner three, in and out, no good. And to the ground. CU the last couple of minutes has made this a 4-point game.
And if Abilene Christian had better touch around the basket, they would probably be leading this game.
Yeah, it's been touch around the basket for ACU and free throws for Tarleton State. Tarleton just 6 of 15 from the charity stripe. Innocente, cross-court pass to Musa. Gets it to Williams. Williams to the bucket, lost the ball. He'll be fouled. Well, that's a tough foul. Finally goes down.
Got to make it. They hate addressing it, especially if you're on a bad streak, because they think it might make it worse, get in their head.
That ends a 2-minute, 16-second scoring drought for Tarleton State. 5-point lead coming up on a minute left. McLean outside, JVC. Moving around to Madden. Hesitates in the middle. 18 on the shot clock. A quick shot. Back rim, no good. Texans get the rebound. Ball is loose, and Williams somehow corrals it down to Ja'Cory Smith, who gets it to go. Boy, that was a wild interaction, but Tarleton somehow figured it out.
Jones did a good job of not calling the timeout and let it go.
Coming back the other way, JVC with a three-pointer. Wildcats take the quick timeout with 54 seconds. What a wild exchange we got going on here. JVC, 1-2-2 press. Musa will throw it in. He can run the baseline. Gets it to Innocente. Back to Musa. Texans trying to move it down. Jumps up in the air. Trying to wiggle his way through. Barnes. And we will have a timeout taken by Tarleton State. Coach Tanner right up this game. Early in the game, there were 5 lead changes. And Musa will throw it in. Gets it to Barnes. Fresh 10 seconds in the backcourt to bring it up. Barnes to Innocente. Gets it across half court. Up to Williams. Williams will go to the basket. And Williams will have 2 shots coming here. That's a good foul by McLean. Got to be careful. It's not an intentional foul. And he got away with it.
Yeah, and I was wondering if maybe they might go to the Rebus right now.
Second free throw. 6-point game. Texans will fall back. Well, they'll pressure here a little bit. McLean bringing it up. JVC checked back into the game.
Got to be careful not to foul a three-point shooter.
Boy, and there's a big shot right there. No good. Debo with the rebound. He's up, and Wildcats making some substitutions here defensively. Innocente gets it to Musa. Dribbling across, and we'll have a foul, and that will be on Ali. He knocks that one down as that hit about every part of the rim it can. Finally falls through. Again, this one a big one, makes them both. It's a 2-possession game, but it's 6 points. Steal by Musa. That may be the dagger for the Texans. Musa lead, and with 14 seconds left in the game, should be enough for the Texans to get their 4th conference win of the season. McLean bringing it up. Goes down in the middle. Barnes knocked it away, and the Texans have it. And that should do it.